I've been playing Dragon Quest XI Definitive Edition for Nintendo Switch, and that is a pretty gutsy title there, that Definitive Edition. Is it definitive compared to playing this game, let's say, on the PlayStation 4 Pro, which is the last time that I enjoyed Dragon Quest XI? You know what? There are a number of key items that suggest that this is the Definitive Edition.
Here, shake my hand, mate. That's the funniest one I've heard all week.
It's an incredible game, whether you play it on the PlayStation, whether you play it on the Switch, no matter where you play Dragon Quest XI, you're going to have an amazing time. Even, and I will even posit this, even if you are not the biggest fan of JRPGs. This is such an approachable, enjoyable experience. No matter what your predilection is, this is really, really well crafted with unbelievably cool characters, beautiful artwork, and lots of great areas to explore. Zaniest, craziest, most enjoyable enemies you are probably going to find in any video game. And for the connoisseurs out there, for the enthusiasts, and maybe even the people that played this game before, there are lots of great little extras that are included on the Switch version, including a 2D mode. You can play the game entirely as if it was made for the 16-bit generation, and it looks fantastic. It's really cool. It doesn't, to my eyes, feel as fantastic as appreciating the quality of the visuals on the Switch, both on the television screen or in handheld mode. I cannot believe what Square Enix and Nintendo, because Nintendo is publishing this, so I think Nintendo put some, sprinkled some secret sauce into this mix here, because this game runs unbelievably well on the Switch. And this is coming from a guy that played it on, in 4K on the PS4 Pro, and it blew my mind then. But this game in 3D with its beautiful lighting effects and lots of great textures. Yes, there's some draw in, and yes, the textures don't look quite as nice. The stuff doesn't pop off the screen quite as well as it does in the PS4 Pro version of the game, but it still looks incredible. The atmosphere is there, the vibe is there, and the music this time is fully symphonic. It's created by the Tokyo Orchestra, so it sounds incredible. You can also choose to play the game with the synthesized version of the music if you'd prefer, but I don't know why you would. The orchestral music sounds amazing in this game. They've also included a bunch of little side stories and new story content to truly make this the definitive edition. I'll tell you what you get with a game like this. You get a great sense of humor, but also pretty dark stuff, because you play this character that is basically celebrating a coming-of-age moment and then realizes that he has special powers, and everybody in the town that he's a part of says, whoa, you're the luminary, you're the chosen one, and you got to go up and see the king and reveal yourself. And then he's betrayed and he's hunted, and he's got to try to piece his life back together again, and he meets all kinds of great characters along the way with crazy backstories and crazy personalities. And there's lots of little magic dust all over this game, lots of great little details, lots of side quests and characters that need your help, and lots of things to keep you entertained. And you've got a logbook that's just going to fill up with all kinds of fun little missions. And of course, you're collecting loot and you're leveling up like crazy. And the combat, although turn-based, which can turn off some people that aren't big on JRPGs, you can choose to avoid some of the enemies in 3D mode. You don't get these random battles that force you to grind, but you do want to grind, partially to level up for sure, but also because fighting these enemies, one of them is a dancing devil, which will get you to dance, based on its shaking its butt and stuff. They're going to make you smile or outright laugh out loud because they're so wonderfully made. I fought this tree stump that has these giant claws. I fought a cucumber that was wiggling and dancing, and of course the slimes. And I love that, sometimes the little messages will pop up, like the slime is terrified and has run away. There's attitude and personality and a wink with every kind of interaction here. This is a game made by consummate masters in game making who have been doing this for a very long time, and they finesse this thing perfectly so that anybody can appreciate it, not just the Dragon Quest diehards and the JRPG aficionados out there.
Crikey, You really have grown into quite the hero.
I do have a couple of little quibbles, but they come from playing massive open-world experiences like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. It's part of the core design of games that are in that sort of JRPG kind of folder. I find that, you know, you're going to run into people that are going to say exactly the same thing over and over again, no matter when you have encountered them. You know, even if the story progresses and you go back to a town and you interact with somebody, they're going to say a lot of the same things.
Seize this wretch!
The world, although there are lots of interactive elements and you can jump and climb, some of the climbing and jumping and stuff could be a little bit more tuned. It would be nice to be able to interact with some more of the objects that are in the world in a physical sense, like push them around or pick them up and throw them or sit down on chairs, you know, stuff that some other massive games have allowed us to do, but it doesn't detract from the fun. These are ridiculous, tiny little quibbles.
Let's not do anything stupid now.
This game is another masterpiece on the Switch this year. Honestly, I cannot believe that you can play a game of this magnitude on the Switch Lite, on a portable machine, that you can walk around and you can get lost in this world for like 100 hours. It is massive and beautiful and a tour de force and a true work of art. Congrats to Square Enix and to Nintendo and to Switch owners that have never experienced this Dragon Quest game. And it doesn't matter where you play Dragon Quest. You can play it on the PS4, you can play it on the PC. The 2D version is available as a Japanese import on the 3DS. It's amazing that it's included in the definitive edition here for the Switch. The Switch version, again, is a total masterpiece. It's getting a 9.5 out of 10.